Hey folks, Larry Osmond here with your Oakville market update for November 2022. Let's talk about what happened in the market in November. So the big thing for me was the change in average price in Oakville year over year. So heading throughout 2022, we peaked in March at 1.856 million. It was the highest average we've ever had in Oakville. That was the peak. And we ramped up to that through 21 into the early parts of 2022. February was strong. And then we hit March, peaked, and then we've been coming down ever since. However, as we've been going through month to month to month, we've always maintained a higher average than what we were the previous year. Until we got into October. In October, we dropped below par for the first time this year. We were only 1.7% below par, but nonetheless, we were below. That changed in November. November, we dropped by 12.6% over November a year ago. That's a $202,000 difference in what the average price was in Oakville this year versus last year. Big differential there. Now, I don't want everybody to think their house dropped that much year over year just in that 1 month period. I want you to think about the mix of homes that have been selling. Last year, we had 9 homes sell between $4 and $7 million with an average sell price of $6.33 million on those 9 homes. Fast forward to November 2022, we only had 4 homes sell between $4 and $7 million, and they averaged 4.15. So there's over a $2 million difference in those homes, and half of them sold. That'll have a profound impact on what that average number looks like. It won't make up to 200,000, but it'll have a big difference if you were to adjust for those sales and take them out. So what's important to know is what's happening in your neighborhood, because obviously some of the neighborhoods in Oakville don't have $4, $5, $6, $7 million homes like Southeast Oakville does. So you want to make sure you're looking at what's happening in your neighborhood. The other big differential year over year is the number of homes that sold. We were down by 50.6% over last year, where in 2021, November, we had 314 homes sell in total. Fast forward to this year, and we only had 155 sell. So again, big difference in the number of homes that sold, big difference in that average price. Are we really off 202,000 on average? Well, we are by the numbers, but if we look at the median price instead of the average price, which takes into where we are on that sliding scale from the highest price to the lowest price and where that middle number is. For 2021, the median price came in at 1.397 versus November 2022, we came in at 125. So we only have 157,000, or not even 147,000 in the difference on the median price, but 202,000 in the difference on the average price. So you can see how those high price homes are having an impact on the average pricing. So take that with a grain of salt when you look at it. It's more important to get down into your subdivision or your neighborhood and know exactly what's going on. Now, the other number here that's always controversial for me is average days on the market. So a year ago, average days on the market was 11. And I tend to believe that's fairly accurate because last year there were no cancellations, there was no price increases or decreases. Well, there was increases, but there was no decreases. They were holding offers and they were selling within days, preemptive offers and all that. But what made it 11 days was a lot of agents actually held offers for 6 or 7 days just to build momentum, and they create a bidding war. And then they would sell them for well over asking with no conditions at all. Whereas if they didn't hold offers, the houses probably would have sold a day or two, and that 11 could possibly have been lower than what it reported. Fast forward to this year, that average days on the market is 25. Now, here's where it's controversial for me. This year is a different story altogether. We have cancellations, we have expiries, and we have relistings going on, which means homes that have expired, they're being put back on the market or taken off the market completely. But let's talk about the ones that go back on the market. Or agents are canceling the listing and they're relisting it at a new price, which is typically lower. Every time they do that, the clock starts at 1 again. It resets. So if a home expires after 120 days on the market and goes back on the market the next day, it starts from 1, not 121. If they cancel a listing and relist it, even on the same day, the number that's published starts from 1. So all those days that it was on the market previous get wiped out. We call that continuous days on the market compared to last days on the market. And the boards report last days on the market, which came in at 25 for this year. If I go back and I look at continuous days on the market for those same listings that sold, it's actually averaged out 78 days. So that's over 11 weeks on the market, comparable to reporting just over 3.5 weeks on the market. So you can see the differential there. We've actually had homes that have been on the market for over 200 days, still haven't sold, canceled, relisted either with a new agent or at a new price point, and it starts from 1 when it's already been on the market for 200 days. That's why that number is always a bit controversial for me. So you want to know exactly what's happening in your neighborhood when it comes to how long homes are selling, because I don't want people to go into this thinking, oh, my home's going to sell in a couple of weeks, I'm good to go. There's a strategy behind that, and you need to make sure you have the facts so you know exactly what you're doing when you're selling your home. The other stat I want to talk about is new listings on the market. In November of 2021, we had 313 homes come on the market in that month. Fairly accurate number because, again, we didn't have many relistings. Homes would come on the market and they would sell quickly. They were gone. This year, we had 290 reported new listings come on the market. But, like I mentioned earlier, 140 of those were cancels and 145 actually were canceled and relisted, and 17 of the listings that were on the market expired. So, when they went back on the market again, they counted as new listings. So if I back out the ones that actually went back on the market, we only had 150 new listings come on the market, which is half of what we had a year ago. And think about it. We had 155 homes sell in November. We had 150 new listings come on the market, which means we have 5 less homes on the market at the end of November from when we started November. Sales are down by half, and we have the same amount of inventory. So November 2021, we were averaging about 72 homes on the market any given day of the month. Okay, anytime you go, it could be 72 or 68 or 81, but we averaged 72 homes any given day on the market. This year, in November, we're carrying 286 homes on the market at any given day. So we're up almost 4 times as many as we had a year ago on the market, but we're still below historical averages for Oakville. Average number of homes on the market at any given time in Oakville pre-COVID was between 450 and 500 homes any given day. So you can see we're still down today by almost half of the historical averages, but 4 times greater than we were a year ago. And then sales are half and pricing's come down, right? So you can see how all this is kind of tied together here. Please click on your neighborhood in my email to make sure you get in and look at your neighborhood and see what's going on. One of the things that I have added to the neighborhood reports is if you scroll down below the reported sales for the month, you'll see a button there that says click here to see 2022 sales. You click on that and it'll open up all the sales that happened in 2022 in the neighborhood. So you can actually go back and start looking at some comparables and get as much information as you need, at least, to be able to be informed. If you want to know exactly how your home shakes out though in the market, by all means reach out to me and let me know that you're interested in knowing what your home would be worth. I think it's important that homeowners know where they stand on their home and what their equity is doing in their home. So if I can help you out with that in any way, please reach out and I'll be happy to put together a CMA for you. Guys, folks, this is my last post for 2022. We're heading into the Christmas break now, so I'm going to take off with my family for a little bit of a vacation before my wife starts a new job in the new year and we can't travel for a year. So I'm going to be stepping away for a little bit. I will be available 24/7. I'll have my phone, my email, messages, everything works. So don't be afraid to reach out to me for anything in the world. If I can help you, I absolutely will. But I want to wish everybody out there happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I am excited and looking forward to what 2023 is going to look like, especially after what we just rode through for the last 8 months. And I look forward to having conversations with every one of you in 2023 to see if there's anything in the world I can do for you. In the meantime, from my family to yours, I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I look forward to having our next conversation. All the best, and let's talk soon.